Ladies and gentlemen, boys and baby girls, it's time for an extra exciting episode of the Cowboy Howdy Podcast. But first, a very special Thanksgiving potluck.
Wait, Governor,
Know that I'm coming correct.
let me talk to you guys about something that you can do both drunk and high that is extremely pleasant.
I think our podcast needs a budget for guns.
Cowboy. Howdy. Well, shoot, dang. Crack a cold one, baby. What is it with this fucking podcast?
What'd you guys bring?
I brought, some fucking Evan Williams bourbon and some edibles.
Nice.
Awesome.
Always great things for Thanksgiving.
Thank you for
Yeah.
your gift.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. I am
Always come
thankful.
correct.
I am thankful.
I brought 2 beers.
Now I did see you drinking off one
Well,
of those.
I brought more than 2, but
Okay.
I brought beers.
But they're for the group. That makes sense. Nice. I am thankful. I am thankful. Michael, what do you got?
What
Yeah,
about
some
some-
fucking
about some
green
green
beans.
Okay.
You know, because it's
You
like,
didn't gotta say, man. You went through the effort.
Yeah,
you got the
you-
cut
you need
ones.
'em.
I appreciate it. I am thankful. And I just want to say, last year I saw we got all the stuff, but no one actually ate anything, and it all just kind of sat in my house afterwards. So I was like, I'm gonna buy something appropriate this year for the setting, and so I got a Cartier watch. And so I'm thankful, and it's gonna stay here with me.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
yeah. Let's go around the table and introduce everybody. In case you haven't met, the person directly over Juan is Michael Booth. He's a show producer and a Monterey Bay comic. How you doing, sir?
how's it going?
Very good. That's good to ask him. Also here, resident comedian and filmmaker Anthony Barrera.
What's up? What's up? I really hope Cameron's pointing in the right direction, otherwise this isn't gonna work.
Every time, I'm money, baby. Okay, they call me Kobe, not because I'm bad in helicopters. Also here, we have
Oh, wow.
we have studio engineer and the only adult to ever attend kids space camp, Sebastian McCabe.
It was the best week of my life.
Yeah, and statutory charges be damned. He completed the course.
I'm not gonna let you get away with this, Cameron.
What are you talking about? I did a joke after. We're okay.
I'm
Let's talk
not gonna
about.
just skirt by this like it didn't happen.
Let's talk about new mannerisms, baby.
It'd be funny to watch Seb's face in G-Force, just like spinning in the thing at space
actually-
camp.
You know what's crazy too is they said that it would be really easy to send me to space because I weigh so little that I could just go like in the cargo hold or whatever. It wouldn't really matter.
They could fit you in between like the thermal insulation. They should put them in
Right, exactly.
between a couple
Like,
sheets.
He looks like
I'm
he would
like,
fit the
I-
character of like somebody in like a Star Wars or something, like just like hop in the cargo of a spaceship.
You look like
real quick.
Kylo Ren's nerdy little brother.
You do. You look like the guy who like does inventory for the Millennium Falcon. He's like, guys, we're running out of stuff in our house. We're like, shut it, Seb. We're flying, man. We got a fucking Kessel Run to do.
You're just down there the whole
Women
time.
Love Adam Driver.
You look like Jabba
Oh,
the
they
Hutt's
do, actually.
towel boy.
They do.
In a little slave outfit.
Jeez, going hard on Seb at the start of this one. Holy
Princess
smokes.
Leia.
He
He's out there
does.
looking like fucking like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings with his little loincloth.
You
Looks
do
way better
kind of
than
look
Gollum.
like.
Take that back.
I take it
taller
back,
than
Sam.
Gollum,
I'm
for
taking
sure.
You're better looking than Gollum, Sebastian.
Way taller than him.
In this season of thankfulness, let's not body shape Seb the entire time.
Oh,
For some reason, he just kind of reminds me of the guy that stands next to Jabba the Hutt with like the white like.
Oh,
long
with
leg.
the Twi'lek with the long things coming off his head.
Yeah,
Or he's not a
he just-
Twi'lek. He's something else, isn't he? He just has
I
cancer.
don't know.
I don't know anything about.
Yeah, he's the guy with the weird thing.
Okay.
And he's like, "Gabba dabba, uruba."
Yeah.
4 minutes in, we've hit cancer. I love it.
Dude, this is the least monetized episode for sure. 6 months out, still least monetized, calling it. Let's get into mannerisms. Save us,
God.
somebody. Talk about something
So
new.
yeah, listen, we in the current day and age in the world, the state of things as they are. What are some new new mannerisms, new habits you've picked up? over the past, say, 8 months or so.
I cry a lot more at 3 in the morning, I found.
Ditto. I call it my
Yeah,
crying hour.
crushing depression gets you too.
I drink more for sure.
Everything is a lot sadder.
Been talking to
my-
more
This
This
Australians.
is not where I thought this was.
What do you
Holy
think before,
shit.
assholes? New mannerisms.
Here-
Jesus Christ.
Here's one.
Talking about
My-
new things that you've picked up during like quarantine, like in public and shit.
Thankful that I can feel anything at this point.
And he's talking
My,
about new ways he wants to die. It's like, Jesus Christ.
God.
No. Different angle.
Okay.
You're bringing me down with my cardio watch, dude.
Because I've been crying so much, the abdominal muscles in my ribs have strengthened. So now I still feel sad, but at least I think I can get washboard abs off of being sad.
Sick. I did a workout last night in jiu-jitsu that made me think I could be Lieutenant Dan. This black belt almost broke both my legs, and I was like, nope, I had to crawl off the mat. Not good. So I'm thankful you're having better experiences than me. Namaste.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've started. I always used to open doors in public places, like by, like pushing on them or whatever, instead of touching it with my hands. Because I always kind of thought like door handles are probably a little bit nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And now everyone, well, not everyone, but now a lot of people do that, and it makes me feel vindicated. It's not so much a new habit, but I've definitely started doing it more.
It's actually the only time now I used to use my sleeve to do them. But now I feel like it's the only contact I get, so I just I love it. I grab it, I hold, and I squeeze.
It's the closest.
Like, hold
thing
me
to
tight,
human
baby.
interaction.
Hold me tight.
Starting to sound like me, Cameron.
Yeah, I don't ever want to let you go. I'll hold the door for like 6-7 people. I'm like, I'll get the COVID so you don't. And I'm like licking the handle. Like, oh yeah, to hold it with your tongue. Yeah, I'm down. That's one of the most rewarding experiences in my day right now is holding doors.
I wish that they would have like had a game in school where we had to stay 6 feet apart from everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's
We should
something
have
that
practicing this.
that's something that I try to do, or like I don't know, like if you're in like a public space that's occupied a lot, like a gas station or something, or like a restaurant picking food up, I always try to stay like on the spots that they have designated for you, and sometimes people get close.
That
Dude,
is a
and
new
what do you-
mannerism. You're right. I didn't think about that. It's like etiquette.
What about like
Did you
what
develop
about, like,
social etiquette yet?
What about like people that are they consider themselves huggers? You know, those people that just can't fucking leave someone
dude,
without giving
I'm
them a
so
big
glad.
warm hug.
I'm like a dog,
I think-
dude. I lick too. I get in there.
I think they've gone through some of the worst parts because they've not been able to give out an exceptional hug in about 8 months.
You go up and under and then over diagonal. Some people go just this way or they go one over, one under. All wrong. Support, not creepy. Hands in a neutral space, the center of the back. Embrace.
I do like I do these things.
The elbow.
Yeah, Cameron giving the Joe Biden breakdown on how to give someone a hug.
Oh, dude, I make Joe Biden look like an
Pet their
amateur.
hair.
If it's his
Smell.
hugging that got him in office, dude, I'm gonna be emperor. Okay, I'm just saying.
I mean, I do the elbow because I used to like always have gloves on working in like restaurants, and that was just kind of the thing, you know.
Oh yeah, elbows always. That's a
And
new
it's-
mannerism. I've been throwing the
it's-
elbow.
Yeah, but if sometimes people go in for like the pound, and they'll just like pound you right in your arm. They'll just,
Sometimes I do the forearm. You do like the forearm like
Yeah,
cross.
that's
I get
good.
sometimes just people who just go in like that, and I'm like,
Any type of
That's
contact
insane.
really
That's
like
it's like when you do this to somebody, that drives me nuts. Like when somebody just puts their hand on your and you're like,
if somebody
"Why is
ever
dominant
did
move
that
you
to
can
me, I would slap the shit out of them.
You can't. They have your hand. You can't open it. It's powerless. It's terrible.
I'll use my other hand. I'll hit him with the left.
So intimidating. You feel like a baby in their hands.
You know what though? I am glad that. Have you ever met someone whose handshake was like too firm, and you can tell that they're just doing it to like put on a show?
Oh,
or, like,
yeah.
seem masculine or whatever.
A vein in their
I'm
head
really glad
pops
that
up.
those-
They're like,
Yeah, I'm really glad that those people have to find a new personality trait now, because the only person one of the few people I've met who had like a really overly firm handshake was like a huge douchebag.
Yeah.
No one's ever tried to challenge me that way. No one's ever tried to give me the firm handshake.
It's the guy who reads Art of War to learn how to date women. It's the same type of guy.
Right, exactly. He
Like a
walks
psychopath?
off to
You have to
Wolf of
control
Wall
and
Street.
dominate the date, or else they'll get away. It's like,
You
whoa,
watch
dude.
Wolf of Wall Street. Like,
That sounds
every
suspiciously like me around the episode 20 arc.
Yeah, we saw that phase in you real big time. We almost had an on-air intervention. Like, Anthony, I noticed women run from you at bus stops in broad daylight.
Whoa. Let's not start painting narratives that don't fucking exist,
So
alright?
we just have it on a separate.
Not gonna
document
paint me
ready
out to be
go,
some kind
just
of creep.
update it.
That's not the branding you're looking for? My bad.
No, what the
For,
fuck?
for the record, to the listeners, Anthony is quite the charming individual. I just think he's gay. I can't only help your game. I have to do something to somewhat cut you down because I'm not technically married yet. We are competitors. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a good guy.
Just poop all over your face.
There's poop on my face. And honestly, you might make a swing for the old homosexuality in your 30s. You may be happy for all this stuff I'm doing for you now.
Oh no, I know what my value is on that market. I just
Any well-groomed guy does, honestly. Let's just talk frankly.
I'm gonna take that compliment. That's the only one I'm gonna take, though.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're all finding things to be thankful for.
Yeah, so
Also-
those are.
Here's a new mannerism I've noticed. You can find out who thinks the virus is still a hoax or not, because they will go in for a handshake still. Like a handshake is
tell
no
you,
longer
usually.
a handshake is no longer a greeting. It's like a way to identify yourself politically. It's like, who wants to shake my motherfucking hand?
Political affiliation.
Yeah, I'm here to shake hands and read Bibles.
You know something funny? I was at the store the other day, right? And there was someone in there without a mask, and I like, hey, where's your mask? And they just hit me with the, oh, I just choose not to live my life in fear line. And I'm like, okay, I didn't ask you for your principles. I asked you where your fucking mask was.
Yeah, it's like, well, did you choose not to live with science? Take those goddamn shoes
Like,
off. And you can walk
who
over.
let you in here?
Right, like you can choose not to live in the store then, bud.
The nonsense part is they have to wear a mask just to get in. So that means they understand and then just say, fuck you, and take it off.
See, to me, it's like someone who, it's kind of like speeding almost a little bit. Like, you're not necessarily going to kill people speeding, but you could. You technically
I see what you're
could.
saying.
It might be like less than 0.3% of the people that are on the
You're
road
going
every-
mask free when no one's looking, and then you're putting it up. It's just like when you're speeding on the road. Yeah, dude.
So.
That's
See those brake lights up ahead.
in the
on-
supermarket,
on
just
ramp.
whipping it.
That guy who does donuts for like 20 minutes straight in the parking lot, that's like the guy who's like coughing all over the Sizzler buffet. Like, he's not my friend.
Can I tell you guys something that is not true, cops? Not true. This is a joke for legal purposes. I try to drive over 100 miles an hour at least once a week, just to keep my. I don't know.
good for the heart.
my brain-
You know,
It's like a glass of wine.
in the reference of a joke, police officers, which is a joke, I totally 100% believe Sebastian when he says that.
Yeah, not a joke. I got a speeding ticket for going over 100 miles an hour, and
yeah,
it
me too
was
once.
lots of money. It was
What
like
was
a
it,
car payment.
About $1,200 or so.
No, more than 3 times that much. It was very
Oh.
expensive.
Oh my! How fast were you going?
I was going very fast, and I had underage girls in the
Allegedly.
car. I looked like to the
Allegedly
cops
going
like a
quite
kidnapper. No, for me, in my case, I got caught. I had to pay that shit. Like, there's nothing I can say now. Like, they got me. I got. Yeah. The ticket
There's
cost more-
paperwork.
Yeah, the ticket cost more than the car, so that was fun.
So, speaking of speeding and whatnot,
Yeah.
that brings us nicely into our next segment, which is we want to try to generate some new sort of stereotypes here. What are some? Because you mentioned speeding.
I thought
one
your
that-
segue no matter what is. That brings us nicely.
We were really gonna traverse a
could've said
minefield right
anything.
now.
We could have said anything. It's like, oh, you just talk about abortions. That brings us nicely into other stereotypes.
Hey, maybe one day it will. and I'll say it.
We have just decided against any type of sponsorship now, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's like how Johnny Carson did it back in the 70s and stuff. He's always like, "Oh,
This,
funny they
this
say
one's
that
super
there."
demonetized, but anyway.
Oh, that's true. This is the
Speaking of-
demonetized one.
Speaking of speeding, I was thinking of whenever I see like a white dude with like short hair, like a like super like business haircut, in like a BMW 3 Series, I'm just like, oh, that guy's probably like sexually assaulted someone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, that guy's probably a huge douchebag and maybe a creep, or like if he has like a big beard and like a thick neck or something.
Oh,
Or
what?
like
The fuck you trying to say?
Oh, what?
Or like a blonde woman in a Range Rover.
Oh, I can get behind
I
that.
just assume like, oh, like her husband like owns a construction company or something like that.
I worry about the
Or he's a
horsepowers
banker.
on certain vehicles.
Are you
Spencer.
telling us you're?
You don't like people who have success of any kind at all, in any shape or
I was
form.
like,
I'm
is
just
Sebastian
worried about
going
Sebastian's
first, or is
comments
he
on
just
men with
like-
thick necks and beards. Like,
He's
I'm
all-
sitting right here.
He's like,
I'm
hey,
not talking about people
Hey.
who look like you.
hey,
I'm talking
hey.
about a very different look.
Well, I can't grow a beard, so I'm safe. But
All right,
the thick
listen,
neck
this is
thing
my
weird.
stereotype. That is an offensive. Anyone that wears true religions unironically.
People still do that.
What about them?
Those people what?
Anyone you see wearing, usually a dickhead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Usually a dickhead.
But
I mean,
what
there are exceptions to
Could be a little
rule.
bit harsh.
You know, sometimes you get some cool folks. You get some cool folks.
True
Generally
religion,
dickheads.
Dickhead.
I
Okay.
feel like
true
the
religion,
true
dickhead.
religions really went out of style in like the maybe like 2014 or so. I really stopped seeing those. Around.
No, there is
Really,
still
like,
a
around-
very large collective of young men that wear them.
Okay.
Maybe it is just an age thing. Then
They are like $200 a fucking pair.
they are quite pricey.
Okay. I know it's a stereotype that I don't think is offensive. If you sell Herbalife, you could also be a Scientologist. Yeah.
There you go.
So, Cameron, that's mean.
The economics
like-
are identical.
Or
Just
like
pissed
all
off half of the
Scientology.
female listeners, honestly.
I do admit we do have too many Scientologists in our listener base.
Do we?
We have at least one.
Can
We
get
definitely
more?
100% have at
these
least one.
Scientologists give all their money to the church. We're never going to get any of that Patreon cash from them. We got to ditch these people. We need people with money.
We should
need
just
money.
stop saying the word Scientology before they start coming after us.
Good point. Good point.
I wanna
Let's
get them
not
on the
name it in the
show.
title.
wanna
The
get them on the show.
demonetized Scientology extravaganza.
Oh no.
We should just.
Well, dude, we'll need to monetize it if the Church of Scientology sues us for libel.
Yeah, don't forget to donate to the cause here.
Yeah, to our
Oh,
legal
yeah.
defense fund.
Yeah, we should just start a legal GoFundMe now for like our first, second, and third lawsuits. Like, look, there's at least 3 pending. Let's just get. The
We know
money
BP
developed.
Oil's coming after us. The negotiations did not go well.
Yeah, as soon as
uh,
BP gets that oil pipe plugged and they're no longer worrying about that bullshit, they're coming straight for us. Okay. Oh my God.
You should
Oh,
really
man.
stop saying BP Oil.
Yeah, we gotta get off that one.
I'm trying to think of
Texon. That's our next one.
stereotype, but I don't. I'm having a hard time.
I'm noticing a little bit. We haven't addressed your change of lifestyle habit, but I just want to say I love how relaxed Michael is right now, and that's something I'm thankful for.
He seems very zen, like a Hindu cow.
Dude, we did one vision quest, and dude took off.
Oh my
It's
god.
all the meditation.
Um,
Really worked.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that if you watch like Supernatural show, that you probably also watch a lot of like ghost hunting, haunted house type shows too.
You have at least 3 Instagram accounts you follow that have real ghost
And I
videos.
just, and I don't know if that's, I don't know what kind of stereotype that is, but I just feel like that is true.
You know, the U.S. leads the world in the amount of like adults that believe that angels are real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, go America. Whoop, whoop.
I mean,
We're
you
definitely
are,
going to heaven.
Anthony.
Here's what also wouldn't surprise me. America's probably the leading country for people who believe angels were invented in America. So there's a lot of cool statistics you can find in America. That's what Scientologists believe. It's all coming back, baby.
Oh. Bringing that back in.
Read the book. Go clear, baby.
I've read.
I'm not signing a billion-year contract to find out what South Park already told me.
I've.
Oh, now we're definitely getting sued. Okay.
I can't wait.
I just got the email, guys.
Go ahead. It came on the Gmail. What you got, Sim?
Oh well, I was just gonna say, can I tell you guys a real story about Scientology?
Yeah. That's
Fuck
what this
it.
episode's about. Yeah.
This will be quick, I promise. So one time,
Make it long.
I took this class on religion in college, back when I was in college. It was for like history credits or whatever, so I took this class on religion. And we're just learning about different religions or whatever. And then the final section of the class, the textbook was like new religions. So it was like Jehovah's Witnesses and like Mormons and Scientologists. And
Yeah, the good ones. The good ones.
Right. So, at the,
Guys, I never opened the door
Money
to.
makers.
so at the end, they had a representative from the Jehovah's Witnesses, a representative from the Mormons, and a representative from Scientology, in that order, come into the class and like give a presentation, like explain what
It was all the same guy. He's like, "Hello, I am very susceptible.
That would be crazy.
I'm the most gullible man you will ever meet."
You changed. Okay,
Sorry.
so the Mormon guy came in. Mormons, pretty normal at the end of the day. Not as
Was
weird
he
as-
blonde or a redhead? Because like 90% of them are. Go ahead.
No, he had like slick back.
That's racist.
That's a stereotype.
A little bit.
That's a stereotype. I didn't say that was It
Was he
just
also wearing?
offensive.
Yeah,
It
was he
just
also wearing
offensive
a
as
white
well.
shirt and a tie too? Like,
Yeah,
Well, that's a
yeah.
given. That's a given.
So Mormons, again, more normal than people think. Jehovah's Witnesses, a little weird, but not as weird as people think.
Yeah.
And those two they took questions at the end of the class. The Scientology guy didn't take questions.
Not at all.
You had to
Not
answer
a
the
one.
questions on an index card, and he only picked the ones that he liked. So he only picked two, because I know for sure that the rest of them were like, "What about Xenu?" or whatever.
Yeah.
What's good
yeah.
with Xenu?
Questions, bro. It was like how Trump just like walks out of press conferences. Like,
Ugh.
Oh my
He
gosh,
just
I
played this-
love it.
He just played this DVD that just seemed like a self-help course.
How do you go through that and then just not question it yourself, Lo? Like,
Well, no, here's what they do. All cults work the same. All cults work the same. And I've had friends who've been in Scientology. I've heard about the experience. Tony Robbins does this. Same exact thing that Scientology does. Takes a really
We're off
good
on one
idea that's
now.
practical. A really practical idea. Like, here's how you help
Really
get
out
yourself
there now.
focused. And as soon as you get yourself focused, he goes, also, there's a secret power within you, and only I can unlock it. And so you get this really practical advice that makes sense and works, and he backpacks onto that. I'm a super chosen one, and I can empower you. And they do the same thing with Scientology. They give you this really practical life advice that you could get from any good like advisor, any life coach of any kind would say the exact same things. They just piggyback onto that. You might be a space lord. You gotta give us 60 grand to find out, but you're probably a space lord. We were right about all that stuff about how to handle your house, and you're not getting stressed at work, right? Why would it be wrong?
you have
about
really
Xenu?
low self-esteem? You know, you have really low self-esteem? How about we just help you raise that self-esteem,
Bang,
and then
bang,
you
bang.
identify with us?
Yep. Now you feel good. Now that we're making you feel good, right? Yeah. Give us that money, bud. You a Xenu
Alright.
star. Yeah.
Alright, we gotta-
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, no.
You gotta bring this.
We should just start the
That's like
countdown to the lawsuit at this
Should we
point.
go from stereotypes that aren't offensive to talk about religions that is offensive? Segue. That fits nicely with our next subject. Right, Sim?
It really doesn't. Is the thing. It really, really doesn't. Which takes
So-
us.
To the next segment, which is the 30-second pitch. You know what I'm saying? I want to live in a world without Thanksgiving because, frankly, we should live in a world where we shouldn't have to thank anyone for the things we receive. Now, I want to share this thought exercise with you gentlemen. What would the world look like with no Thanksgiving? Moreover, what would the United States look like with no Thanksgiving?
I have
I'm going to go ahead and go first. Oh, you want to go first, Cameron?
No, I was going to say first, Seb, we gotta get you a budget, bud. Because I just saw our studio engineer had to do the sound effects for this skit by himself. He just went into the camera for our intro song. So we have got to up our budget. We gotta get the Patreon moving, bud. We gotta get on Patreon right now.
Oh
We
my
need
goodness.
a Venmo for the podcast. We gotta do something. This is
I
sad.
just got a little excited.
Look, we can't just have Van showing off his erection on the camera for every skit. We gotta get a
For the
budget for a
segment.
song. Okay,
So-
sorry. Go ahead.
Anthony, I have one question. In this hypothetical world, does Canadian Thanksgiving still exist?
No.
Okay, see that's a game changer because if you get rid of American Thanksgiving but you keep Canadian Thanksgiving, the world is, knocked out of balance because now Canada
We still
suddenly
just have a
has so
big
much more
meal.
power.
Who did Canada do Thanksgiving with? The moose?
I don't know, but it's real. I'm not making this up. There is a Canadian Thanksgiving. It
Like,
was-
you
We've
can't just
discussed enough. It's time for the pitches.
Yeah.
yeah, it was, it was
I'm gonna go ahead and go first.
You set it up to your
When you
shit,
think of-
bud.
When you think about Thanksgiving, there's one crucial day that always gets forgotten by most people, and that's Black Friday. You think Christmas is a celebration of capitalism, you have no idea what Black Friday does. Now, you remove Thanksgiving from that equation, guess what? We replace it with Black Friday. Now, because it's now a new holiday, people are going to go fucking insane, right? You can't keep up
already
with
do.
law enforcement and security, so you know what you do? You instill a purge day on the same exact day. So now, you're
is a
battling
high-stakes
out for
day.
these bargains while you're
is-
battling it out for your life.
This is I like this.
purge?
This is high stakes day.
If you make it to Christmas, you will enjoy that Christmas.
You're loaded on
Five.
Christmas if you're there.
if you survive into the new year. You
Yeah,
know what,
top
though?
that, motherfuckers.
Have you
Oh,
ever?
damn.
Have any of you guys ever been into a store on Black Friday?
Yeah.
Back when it wasn't as regulated as it is these days.
Yeah,
It sure does feel like the purge.
it gets crazy.
I remember, like, the first time I ever went to Black Friday shopping, someone got trampled at a Macy's. Straight up.
Yeah.
Trampled.
Scary, dude. I remember they did. It was in Fresno or Bakersfield. The dumbest thing one year. They were like, "How do we get a bunch of super angry people to not attack each other and go crazy?" And someone was like, "I know. We'll have a giant race." So they line up everybody in the
Yes.
parking lot. No, not smart.
Sick.
They had a race to the front door. Okay.
Oh, like
right
a foot ride,
as
That's not a good
drag
idea.
race.
no, foot race right to the front
Oh,
door,
that
right
sucks.
before they were going to open, and it was
That's
going to be
way
for like some
depressing.
TV award. No, here's what happened: 100 people went into this race to win this free TV, and they all ran, and about half of them just ran right through the doors and just kept running in, and the store was now open. They broke the glass doors, and everybody just trampled in, and like one person died right away. Literally, one person
Whoa,
it wasn't even the
what?
trampoline. It wasn't the trampoline. Someone was trying to get ahead in the glass door, and so someone shot them so they could get in first.
What the?
Yeah, dude.
In the race?
Yes, the race was a facade. None of the racers cared about the race. They're like, these mother effers
that
go, let's
scene
run
in-
inside the store right now, and so they didn't care.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in the Dictator when he's at the Olympics and he just starts shooting the other
Yeah. All right, go. He's shooting them. Yeah.
He shoots the
That's
rat.
basically what it was. They pulled the Sacha Baron Cohen, but in IRL in Bakersfield. It was insane.
Honestly.
And everybody was listening to Korn. You can't give these people a race. Oh, it's just not crazy.
Right,
All right, so what? Who's next then? Who's next? Now that we've
I got one. A world without Thanksgiving. People don't understand the spirit that Thanksgiving puts into the world. So you take that out, people are going to be unthankful AF, but you're probably going to save like 90% of American families. I'm talking all the dysfunctionality is going to go away. I'm talking no more uncles saying terribly obscene things to their nephews in the den when everybody else is serving pies. You're not
More
going to hear
racist
your aunt
diatribes.
bring up all the baggage about what your grandma did to them when they were kids. Like, you don't got to hear about none of that nonsense. Like, if you get rid of Thanksgiving, cholesterol in America is going to just plummet. Like, it's going to just go away. It's going to be so good. Everybody's going to be so healthy. The BMI of the average American is going to drop like 2% in favor of like the lower fat index. I think heart disease is going to go away. I think they might get rid of Black Friday. We might get rid of capitalism in America. or there'll be more school shootings.
I'm not gonna let you have that one, Cameron. I'm not gonna let you do it. Oh, hey, I'm Cameron. Let's go on this totally convoluted and unrealistic take on Thanksgiving and end it with some shit. No, Cameron.
Don't think so,
I just
but-
wanted to also say what I think would happen,
Yeah,
you know,
please,
at the end of
God.
Thanksgiving.
You don't want to hear me tell you another spooky Halloween costume.
I like to hope that it just turns into like just a like food day instead. Like I know it already is. I don't want the meal to go away.
It's just a diabetes awareness meal.
No, I don't want the meal to go away, but like have it and just be like, you just still have the meal. You don't, and it's not. We just don't say the name. Like it's like the Washington football team.
It's just angry food day. Everyone's just eating all angry. No one knows why.
It's just like redacted food day.
Yeah, it's just food day now.
Non-historical.
Okay.
Celebration.
Non-denominational.
Right. Universal food day.
Michael spent this entire episode just picturing a plate of Thanksgiving food, I think. He just can't get out of that mindset.
Just call it
He's just trying not to
comfort
say.
food. Comfort food day. That's what,
He's just
that's
trying
what-
not to picture mashed potatoes right now. He's like,
National Comfort Food Day.
"What you got, Seth?"
How are you gonna follow that,
I don't
bro?
know how to top any of these.
I want to redact mine, by the way, for sure.
Yeah, that choice will be taken out of your hand.
You proud of yourself, Cameron? Feel like a big man over there, huh?
I think that without Thanksgiving, truly the most American holiday. Really, it's more American than the 4th of July at the end of the day because it's about eating. And I think that without Thanksgiving, all of America's great power would be gone. And it would leave Canada, our northern neighbors, to rule instead. I think our places would be switched. We would be the docile, friendly southern neighbor. I think that the whole world order would be completely different if we didn't have Thanksgiving. I think
Interesting.
America would have gone a very different direction, and I think Canada would now be like super fucked up and like have like military bases everywhere and shit, and be like starting wars.
And Justin Trudeau would parade around in blackface all day.
Right? Yeah, they just like wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, we're gonna, instead of McDonald's everywhere, it'd be Tim Hortons everywhere.
And they'd speak way more
Just
French.
donuts.
Like, we're le mad. Okay, eh?
Yeah, France would become a Canadian colony.
Just jelly-filled donuts everywhere.
Can I redact mine and say just Native Americans retain America since we don't Trojan horse them with our Thanksgiving holiday? And that's much more friendly to say on the radio.
Rethinking some things, Cameron.
I'm rethinking everything, Anthony. It's bad. It was poop face. It was the most poop face we've had on any one person in the show in its history. And I did it on episode 91. So I'm ashamed. Okay? It shouldn't take this long to realize how to keep poop off your face. I don't feel good. You guys want to do takeaways? I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah, and with that.
Oh man.
I'll do a
See, the
takeaway.
worst part is it's.
Sorry, what?
No.
No, tell us the
ahead.
worst part.
Yeah, Anthony, what was the worst part?
You didn't have them. No, do it. Go ahead.
What was the worst
Okay,
part? Get it out.
The worst part is that the worst part of this tirade that Cameron went on is probably gonna get bleeped, so they're not gonna know what you actually said. I thought about it after I called you out. I was like, "Fuck, he's just gonna bleep it, dude."
It'll be funny though.
I think it'll be funnier.
I mean, it wasn't in the moment.
Worst part is, he's mad I'm not gonna get blacklisted if I bleep it. You're a bad co-host, Anthony.
I thought I fucking had him. Like,
Wow. This ending is intense.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh my god.
god.
Oh my gosh.
My takeaway is that, yeah, I think it should just be National Comfort Food Day, and we should still have the meal, but it's just, we just kind of don't. Maybe we don't. If Thanksgiving goes away, it's just, we just don't say it. That's the only thing I want to change, is we just don't say it, I guess.
So basically, you're just gonna eat this year, and Gavin Newsom can eat shit.
Fuck him.
You a renegade, baby.
Just the meal, dude.
Thanksgiving celebration.
I mean, I'll be quarantined, but I'm still trying to. I'm gonna try to recreate the meal somehow.
You're gonna quarantine yourself with some turkey legs. I like it.
Do
What
some
you got
stuff.
what you got for takeaway, Anthony?
Listen, I was honestly just trying to be the best. I am at anything. I don't know. Those edibles are starting to kick, man.
That's the most honest takeaway you've ever.
I'm gonna be like Michael in 30 minutes, dude.
I feel like Michael's gonna be like Michael for at least 3 more hours. I'm not there to take a live reading, but that's an estimate. What you got, Sam? Oh my god.
Sorry, it's been a wild one. I think that it's a real shame about Thanksgiving this year and how it's going to go. But I feel like we can use this opportunity to really experiment with holidays. I think we can really.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year to try something new. Try
I'd like to
something
say this before I cut out, interrupting Sebastian. I am thankful that we managed to get through the pandemic as a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Woo woo! How about
It wasn't easy. Certainly wasn't easy.
I'll give you
Trying
that.
to figure everything out. But we did it, and, we stayed consistent.
Happy Thanksgiving, my
we
dudes.
fucking survived it.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, true.
Hope you guys
true that.
all get.
None of us have the vaccine yet, so it's still very scary. But we're doing it. We're doing it a day at a time. Let's end on a happy note. I got to take away. I wish I could take away all my references to Columbine. Hey.
Stay hydrated.
Go read a book.
Peace out.
Which will take it easy.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the episode. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Cowboy Rowdy Podcast, also on Facebook and YouTube at The Cowboy Rowdy Podcast.
Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at KMBZ.Berry and see me on YouTube at CB Comedy. I'm just a little Indian kid who makes funny videos in his room.
You can follow me at The Ghost of Anthony on Instagram and at Young Baphomet on Twitter.
And follow me, Sebastian, on Instagram at Seinfeld.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _mboof.